Hello, and welcome back. Susan Zummo here, intuitive and originator of soul patterning harmonics. I've got so much to talk to you about today, and you'll forgive me because I had to write a lot of it down. I don't like rambling. I don't like ramblers. So I wrote it down so that it could be coherent and make some sense to me and you. All right. So before we get started, a big thank you to everyone who watches the videos. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you sharing them, commenting, and watching every week. Really, it is knowing that these videos make a difference to those who are watching them that keeps me going and keeps me bringing them through every week. So just a big thank you. Lots of love and appreciation. All right. Just some housekeeping again. The third portal, which is going to be entering the void of creation, your personal void of creation, takes place on March 22nd. I have been guided to do a light codes activation based on all the energy that's coming in. And that's a big part of what we're going to talk about today. That's going to take place on April 12th. All right, soul patterning harmonics workshop on April 5th. And if you go to my website, I was given the next 3 portals that we will be focusing on, and also the dates that we'll go ahead and be joining to do that. All right, so any questions on any of the things that I'm offering, if you want a personal reading, just email me, go to my website, all the information is down below. Okay, let's get to the meat of it, shall we? I heard this morning, and boy, there was a lot of talking going on. I heard that we are at a critical time. And my first reaction was, we're always at a critical time. My whole life has been a critical time. Every day is a critical time. And they said, yes. They said, yes. Everyone is critical. From the first person who put their foot on the ascension path and opened the door to the very last that will create the tipping point, and everyone in between, you are all critical. And we are always at a critical time. Some are more critical than others, but in their definition of critical, every day is critical. Every time is critical. However, we are getting closer and closer to the tipping point. That does not mean that those who came before are less important or had less of an impact. What it means is that those of us who are here now must be ever more vigilant when it comes to our thoughts, our beliefs, and our actions. Energy is pouring in. They said the energy that has poured in for the last 2 weeks is like an alarm clock designed to wake you up. Now, everyone's feeling it. Everyone I know has had some kind of reaction in the last 2 weeks to the energy hits that have come in. If you listen to the astrologers, you know exactly what's going on with the planets and all of that. Not to mention the cosmic energy, the soul energy pouring down. It is all there. Remember, we're not the only ones that are feeling it. All the creatures on Earth, all the plants, all the little bugs, they are also activated. And so lots of people are coming down with seasonal things, lots of allergies, right? The things that we call, it's going around. Lots of us have come down with what's going around. Lots of us have been extremely fatigued. I know people who have had the most voracious appetites that they've had in a long time, right? Lots of reactions to this energy that's coming in. I was told to remember to listen to your body. Give it what it needs to rebalance. Whatever it needs to rebalance, go ahead and give it, right? Again, this energy is like an alarm clock ringing loudly to wake us up. So the question I heard was, are you awake yet? Have you begun to notice that you cannot afford to not pay attention to your surroundings, your life, or your energy levels? This is not about bringing fear, right? Not that kind of paying attention where you're looking over your shoulder all the time. But It is to wake us up to not be in an asleep, ignorant state that we've been in for so long. How many of us go through the day on autopilot, right? We have our morning routine, we have our afternoon routine, we have our bedtime routine. Are we on autopilot when we are in those routines? We need to wake up, and we need to wake up on a lot of different levels. Now, I know that many of the people who are going to be watching these videos, including myself, consider ourselves already awake. However, I'm going to be honest and tell you that sometimes I'm not awake. Sometimes I'm completely oblivious, and that's when I end up tripping over my own feet on a flat surface, or sometimes things will just fall out of my hands for no reason, right? That's called not being awake, not being aware, listening to those inner promptings. We've heard the expression before that ignorance is bliss, right? Ignorance is bliss. Being asleep is blissful. And believe me, I love my sleep. I was asked, well, I was told that as a species, we have been asleep for centuries. And the question that they gave me was, did that create a blissful state for you? Have you experienced a blissful life as a result of being in that ignorant state? Well, the answer, of course, is no, right? No. They told me that the opposite of ignorance is wisdom, and that wisdom will bring compassion, which is critical at this time. I'm going to hear that word a lot. Compassion for self and for those who are shaking off their ignorance to move into the light of wisdom and loving compassion for themselves and others. So that's a lot right there, isn't it? We are moving into a time of wisdom. We are moving into a time where we are becoming fully awake, fully aware, and yet we are in a place of compassion, not anger, right? Not anger, not frustration, not impatience, but compassion. Compassion for ourselves, right? We tend to judge ourselves because we didn't get there sooner or we didn't learn it faster. And then we will judge others who we deem to be slower than us, right? We need to have that compassion, right? For us, for ourselves, and for those who are struggling to wake up. This is a very jarring time period because we've had the opportunity to slowly become awake and aware. That's been happening over the last, 40, 50 years, if not longer. It's been a slow wake up. And some of us have come to consciousness gently. And we have done it step by step by step. Some of us have decided on some level that we want to wait till the very last minute. We want to enjoy our blissful ignorance as long as we can. And then we'll snap ourselves awake. So again, this may be the difference between people who put their toe in the water and then an ankle and then a calf, as opposed to people who just stand on the side, watch everybody else do it, and then take the big plunge. There's no right or wrong about it, but it can be a little more difficult for some people who have waited till the last minute. It's a shock to everybody's system, whether you've taken the long road or you decide to take the short road. It is still a shock. Those who have taken the longer path have had little shocks along the way and given themselves the time to adjust. Those who have decided to take the big shock will either be able to make the shift, or I'm afraid to say that they will not stay. They will not be able to survive it. That is the choice that we all make. That is our own individual journey. So the new earth, the ascension, right, that we want to achieve, we have to make every single day a part of that within ourselves, right? This energy coming in is, again, meant to jar us awake from the slumber of daily routine. Daily routine is not a bad thing. But an unconscious routine is a trap. And you're going to see that you're going to fall into the trap and it's going to be uncomfortable. So to awaken means to awaken to the beauty of life. Instead of going from one activity to another on autopilot, be aware and appreciate every moment of that activity because it is part of your life. It is a routine that you have chosen. Awaken to the joy of soul connection. Connect to your higher, connect to your soul. That's going to bring tremendous amount of joy and bliss into your life, right? Awaken to the deeper experience of the universe that is waiting for all of us to connect, right? Everything in the universe wants to connect with us. Everything. And of course, that's where discernment comes in, because we might not necessarily want to connect with everything, right? So our frequency, our vibration is going to bring those things in this world and in this universe to us. So of course, we want to keep our frequency and our vibration and our heart open in a great place so that we can have the experiences that we want to have. They said humans were designed to be social creatures, to connect with one another and to build and care for each other cooperatively. We were not designed to isolate, withdraw, and shut out the world around us. That has been a fear-based conditioning that was brought on by all of the control systems that we have in place today. And it's been broadcast through every possible media available, through our books, through our movies, through our news, through our schools. Everything is a conditioning, everything. And so we have to choose. We have to choose to connect within ourselves and with others, or to withdraw and isolate. Now, this is the duality of life. The way that we raise our frequency is by working on ourselves, right? To be with self. And to do that, we have to move to a place of silence. We have to isolate, withdraw, right? And shut out the world, but just for a short period of time, not for a life experience. People who do that, yes, they are enlightened. Yes, they are elevated. I would dare them to get in a car and drive out on the highways out here and hold on to that frequency and that elevation. It's very easy to be perfect in your own little bubble. We have to get out into the world and we have to hold our frequency and our light in the world. So they said joy is a personal choice. Connection is a personal choice. Growth and spiritual expansion, evolution is a personal choice. It's all a conscious choice, and it's all frequency and consciousness. If we cannot make a loving connection with ourselves and our higher selves, we cannot evolve into the loving, harmonious community of souls we desire to be. Comes back to walking that talk, right? Doesn't matter how you say it, what we have to do and what needs to take place doesn't change, right? Doesn't change. They said choose joy, choose to love life, choose to connect, and choose to uplift and evolve. They said we are all a critical component in the grand shift, and it is on us to make that shift. And we can do it. It's a choice. And we're in a critical choosing time right now. So that's the message for today. Again, I know it was a lot, but I wanted to get it all out to you. So a lot to think about, a lot to play with. And I hope you do in the coming week. Pick a day. Just pick one day and decide that you are going to be completely in love with and conscious of every aspect of your life. And if you can't do it for a whole day, then decide to do it for an hour. decide to do it for 2 hours, right? Small steps are okay, but start. You can always change a direction once you're in motion. It is very hard to change direction when there is no motion. So let's create some motion together and let's have a phenomenal week. Until next time, I wish you many blessings.